Postal here. So today we are taking out the, well, this is the Beaufighter. This is a plane I haven't flown in a very long time. I just specialized it, like literally before we logged in here. Looks like we're going to be going to the military base. This is a pretty popular Tier 5 heavy fighter. In fact, it's probably the most popular Tier 5 heavy fighter. And we'll go into that in just a little while.
Pilots, get ready for action.
What is this plane? Well, it's a British heavy fighter, if you couldn't tell. You've got a good amount of bombs and rockets. They've got a really long reload. So unlike on the Tier 6, 7, and 8 that have a pretty quick reload, you have to wait 3 minutes base on this particular plane. Let's actually go ahead and get this guy first for the reload on the bombs and rockets here. And so unlike some of the other heavy fighters for the British, you don't necessarily super focus on the air-to-ground ability. But you've got a really well-balanced aircraft here. Great air-to-air capabilities. You have 4 20mm cannons, 6 50 caliber machine guns, and yeah, and then you've got this awesome turret that actually can go all the way around. And a lot of people will utilize that accordingly. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get the center here. This is the last plane to get a rear gunner on this particular tech line, so soak it up while you can. Let's try not to crash into our own guys. 9G, we don't need to worry about him. Go. See what we can do here. So I think here we go. Get some wiggle. I don't like being on fire. Let's turn back around, shall we? They've already started basically capturing everything that I've worked so hard to take care of. Let's see if we can ruin those days. No. Keep turning. We can do full 360 here. So let's take advantage while we're still waiting to turn back around. Thank you. Come again. Use our big boy status here to do some damage. There we go. I'm going to go to the military base here. It looks like they're going to capture our military base. So we need to ABC. I haven't even used my bombs yet, so let's see if we can have any kind of positive impact over here. Get our boost on. Oh, you know what? I was going to say, yeah, I can do some bomb drop in here. See if I can't. I might not have the airspeed to catch up with these guys. I'll try though. Nope. Nope. I'm at a boost. Let's use our boost assist here. Oh, the AA got me. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Man, I could use some help. I could use some help. Yeah, please. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. We are in a lot of trouble. Our team is not very good at defending or attacking, so Got a ways to go before our rockets are back, a long ways to go before our bombs are back. Let's see what we can do in the meantime.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military base. Take action.
Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble here. Unfortunately, without my bombs and rockets, I'm not able to do any more than just kill the air targets here and move along. We've got 20 seconds before the rockets are back, but let's see if I can't just take out some more aircraft, I guess. Alright, we're just going to keep moving because that's all we can do. Keep on keeping on. Go kill more planes. Try to help our one guy that's over here. See if we can keep him alive. That would be good. In case you didn't know that. Rear gunner, do your thing, man. Do your rear gunner thing. That's why everybody likes this plane so much. There we go. Let's head on back to the military base now. Get that engine cooling going. My rockets are back. There's Drake. I was gonna say, didn't I basically kill him? Let me get some altitude. Air defense aircraft are already back in this sector, which I guess is actually good, because I can hopefully kill them. Excellent. What do we do? What do we do? Let's get this center sector if we can. Harrison's win games.
There's a heavy storm here.
Heavy storm, don't like that idea.
Do you copy?
Other than it means hopefully I can kill more people. And they can't come back. Ooh, did not like that skip. There we go, excellent. Pretty well set ourselves up for success. If our bots don't kill this guy, I can. All the kills are mine. We are so far behind on points, though. We are gonna have to kill all. See if I can't send more people this way. If I don't crash into the ground. Up and over. Got an ace. Oh, alright. That's one way to have a day. It's nice to be in Tier 5 battles, although this plane does pretty darn well in Tier 6 battles as well. Obviously, not to this extent. Man, we've got a long way to go here. They've got that guy. That guy is the guy that needs to die. Trying to pay attention to him. Ooh, everybody and their brothers on me, huh? Can I survive? It doesn't look like it. Can I kill this guy at least with me? Nope. But we were able to get the win. Yeah, we've got enough of our people alive. Man, that Bristol would have been super swell to have. And there's just not enough time for him to kill everybody. We're up on points, we're up on sectors, and 800 is the total that we need to get to. So putting the pressure, sometimes putting the pressure on their last pilot that's alive, forcing him to stay where he's at. His only way to win is either going to kill us all, which he doesn't have time for, or capture the other sectors, which at this time, now he definitely doesn't have time for, because we forced him to stay in that one sector.
Victory is ours. We're waiting for your return.
Cool. I even did get a Costa Dub. I love getting Costa Dubs. And there's a Beaufighter for you. Been a very long time since I've played it. Let's go ahead and head on back to the hangar, and we'll take a look at it. All right, so we were able to get 21 kills there, 4,000 damage to the air and ground, 16,000 personal points, a heck of a lot of capture points received, and we captured 6 sectors. So, you know, Beaufighter is excellent for that kind of thing, for sure. Super shout out to Iron Brigade on the enemy team there. He certainly was leading them. Yeah, wasn't able to overcome the 6 captures that we were able to get. And I really do like the Beaufighter. And you can see why a lot of people like the Beaufighter. I think overall, it's just a really good plane. Really well balanced. It has some discrepancies. The bombing reload just drives me crazy, but I think at this tier, 180 seconds base is standard. The tier 6, the Mosquito, the Hornet at tier 7, and the P-1056 at tier 8 have a quicker reload, or at least you feel like the reload time on those planes allows the bombs and rockets to be pretty relevant when you're flying the Mosquito and the Hornet specifically. On this plane with the slow reload time, it's really more supplementary. Like, it's good to have. I keep them on at all times, because if you need to flip a sector, a prime example is when I'm knocking out those heavy fighters and there's, you know, some ground targets need to be taken out. I'd much rather have them than not. And obviously you're still able to have great air-to-air capabilities with the bombs and rockets on there, but I don't make it the focus of my attention. You know, when you've got such a great platform here. So you do have 4 20mm cannons centrally located here. You have 6 machine guns, 4 on one wing and 2 on the other. Alrighty. And then you've got a great turret here that has that 360-degree ability. And so definitely take advantage of that. I actually have a little side key that I'm able to hit to go to my turret. So that way I can just touch my pinky to it and boom, suddenly I'm on my turret. You may have also noticed when I was in battle there that I was pitching up and pitching down while I was on the turret. Incredibly helpful. I've got that as set up on my mouse, and so I'm able to pitch up and pitch down and do everything I can to, you know, be as unhittable as possible. When you're going in a straight line, even the bots are going to kill you pretty quickly. But if you're angling up and down, left and right, you know, they're only hitting you a third of the time. So yeah, so I did just specialize this plane. As far as the equipment is concerned, the outboard weapon and the cockpit equipment are not available to start off with. You start off with just the engine and the forward firing weapon. I recommend gas operated action for the forward firing weapons on this plane. 20mm cannons improve with it, and the standard machine guns improve with it. Long range gun barrels really isn't going to help on this plane. Yeah, a little bit, but not as much as gas operated action. The other option is reinforced bolt carriers, which can help with 20mm cannons, but the fact that you've got 20mm cannons and machine guns, they're useless on machine guns. And so rather than having it only helpful and only mildly helpful for one of your gun sets, putting the gas operated action helps all the guns significantly, and so gas operated action is my recommendation. I've actually gone ahead and put upgraded armor protection for the engine on here. I had just the regular engine armor on here. Once I specialized it, though, I realized I had an ultimate sitting in the garage. Wow. And so I took it from the depot and put it on here. I do recommend that for this plane, simply because the engines, you get the engines knocked out in the Beaufighter and you're toast. And so protecting them is incredibly helpful. Once I specialized it, you can see I put the collimator sight on here, so that way I get just better accuracy with my forward firing weapons. And because the focus is not on the air-to-ground capabilities of this plane, because the bombs and rockets are supplementary, not the focus, I've gone ahead and put aerodynamic pylons on here. Aerodynamic pylons reduce the drag from the bombs and rockets, so effectively it increases your speed. It increases the reload time, so instead of being 180 seconds right now, I'm at 190 seconds. But again, I'm not, I'm not focused on the bombs and rockets, so an extra 10 seconds, and eventually it's going to be an extra 20 seconds, isn't going to make or break this plane, but some airspeed could certainly make or break the plane. As far as consumables are concerned, I've got first aid package on here. I either want to get my gunner or my pilot back in as quickly as possible. Engine cooling is almost a must. The argument could be made to have the manual engine restart, but I am able to avoid using that as a consumable by having the engine protection on here. I've put the universal ammo on here for both the forward-firing pilot and for the rear-firing turret. I've also gone ahead and put improved fragmentation on here. That does add up. That's 18,000 credits. A plane like this that has normally just a fighter, you're just paying 6,000 credits at Tier 5 for the ammo. But on this plane, because you've got a rear gunner, you're paying another 6,000. And because you've got air-to-ground capabilities, you're potentially paying another 6,000. I do definitely recommend, at the very least, paying for improved fragmentation, which is kind of funny because they say like the focus is not on the bombs and rockets. But if you're having to drop the bombs and rockets, you want them to do as much damage as possible, and improved fragmentation is going to help out in that situation. So that's my particular setup. And like I said, I could see where somebody would put in engine restart as the consumable, but I find it more effective to have the engine cooling and get that extra 10 seconds of boost every once in a while. As far as the pilot is concerned, very basic pilot for me. In fact, I think my gunner's got more points, maybe something. I've just got Engine Guru 1 and Marksman 1 on here. There's a lot of flexibility that you have at Tier 5 and with this plane as far as your setup is concerned. I actually have an extra point lying around, and I probably should maybe I should get rid of Engine Guru 1 and put it in as Marksman 2. Take the 2 points from here with the 1 point there. There you go. Not really struggling with accuracy, though. So Marksman 1 and Engine Guru 1 are where it's at. I suspect I should probably just put Eagle Died on here for right now. But argument could be made for something like resilience. That's going to help with your maneuverability, engine thrust, and your engine and weapon overheating when you're under attack, basically. The other one that's really good, in my opinion, is Adrenaline Rush. So Adrenaline Rush is going to reduce your weapon overheating and increase your firing accuracy after you destroy an enemy aircraft. I destroyed 21 enemy aircraft in this battle, so it would have been a lot of help. It's effective for 10 seconds after the kill. I don't believe it stacks. It doesn't say, but I don't believe it stacks. So this Adrenaline Rush could be a very good option as well. And I almost certainly should experiment with that. As far as my rear gunner is concerned, I really wanted to make sure that the aiming time was reduced. Typically, the first thing I go for is defensive fire. I haven't re-rolled for this. Defensive fire reduces the damage from enemy aircraft which the gunner is firing at. So if somebody's firing at me and my gunner is firing at them, their damage is 30% less. So you're going to survive a little bit longer. It doesn't really help when you've got 3 different planes firing at you, but it can certainly help when you're trying to defend yourself. In my opinion, these 4 right here are typically the first 4 I go for on my first 10 points on my gunner. Reducing the aiming time, reducing the increasing the burst length, increasing the range of the turret, and reducing the damage that the enemy is going to be doing to me. Precision gunner is incredibly helpful as well. It increases the chance of causing critical damage from the rear gunner. Can't go wrong with that for sure. Weakest link is certainly not a bad option. I don't find it relevant because I do go to my rear gunner pretty often, and I'll aim for the plane that I feel is most important to kill. So it's for 4 points. It's really only helpful when you're in automatic mode, and I don't tend to use automatic mode as often as all that. So so my 15 points is typically going to be everything but weakest link. Not that I've ever gotten a 15-point gunner, but you know what I mean. Anyway, you might be asking about the copper paint on here. This is some speed paint that I think you get with the plane automatically. But you can also get some other nifty paints that are available. Speed paint, can't go wrong with, in my opinion. Every little bit of speed helps when you're in a heavy fighter. And so, yeah. Somebody answer me out there if it's just readily available for everybody that owns a Beaufighter. I really don't recall, so my apologies. I hope you enjoyed this particular video. I hope you enjoyed the battle. And what do you think about the Beaufighter? I know I haven't seen it out as often, although you still see it for sure. Is it still top dog or your most favorite tier 5 heavy fighter? I'd love to know down below, or feel free to hop in my Discord. The link is somewhere down below, I suppose. And otherwise, I hope you have a great day. Bye.